everyone, and welcome to our second. Whoops. Welcome back to our second event for Black authors, Black leaders. Today, I am joined with four other authors with me, and we are going to be discussing about the topic, a book related topics about Black hair. So we're going to start with an icebreaker, and we're going to get to know a little bit more about them and what they like and such. And then we're going to get to have each of them introduce themselves. So let's start with our icebreaker. And the first question I'm going to ask you is, where do you read most of the time? So we can start with my right. Or I guess this is that way.
Hi, everyone. I'm Miriam Muhammad, author of ABC I Love Me. I read mostly in bed or in my office.
Hello, everyone. My name is Blanca Birch, author of Who Has Hair Like Mine. And there's an app that I like to read on, Webtoons. So I like to read things on there, and I like to read it in the living room.
Aston, I think your mic is closed.
Sorry. My name is Aston Martin. I'm the author of Alana Gets Her Curls Back, and I like to mostly read outside or in my room. I mean, I just like fresh air, so mostly outside though.
Hi, I'm Angela. I'm based in the UK and I'm the author of Love My Hair, A.M. Coleman. I actually like reading anywhere, so inside, outside, anywhere that when I have time to stop and read.
Okay, thank you. So the next question I'm going to ask is this one. Do you prefer ebooks or physical copies?
I definitely prefer physical copy of books. I love ebooks for their convenience, and I do read ebooks, but I just love physical copies. I prefer to read the physical copy.
I prefer the physical copy as well. There's nothing like the sensation of turning the page. The ebooks could never.
Same. I like the smell of a book, so I need to really feel the pages move and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've tried ebooks recently. I thought I would really be able to get into it because you can read while you're on the move, but 100%, I definitely prefer physical copies.
Perfect, thank you. And then one more question. What does your family think about your books?
Wow, my family has been so supportive. They're very proud of me, my siblings, my parents, and the younger, like my son and my niece and like my nieces, they love my book. And so that just makes it all worth it. Like to see, the young people in my family being able to connect to it and love it, and like it's awesome. So my family has been super supportive, and they're like my biggest fan base. I appreciate them so much.
My family's been very supportive along the way as well. I actually worked on a good portion of the book with my mom. She was a teacher. And so when I went home for the pandemic, I worked with her a little bit to make sure that the language and everything was right for the book. And the rest of the family has been really supportive along the way and been spreading the word about the book.
Same with my family. They've been very much supportive. My mom and my brother, they're my editors and the people I come to test, even though they're not my target audience, but they're the people closest to me, and I value their feedback. So I go to them, but everyone else in my family, they really support my message and what I'm trying to do for the younger kids. So it's really like keeping me going. So yeah.
Yeah, really supportive family and friends. Just fantastic. And it's really lovely hearing great feedback, or how they're plugging it, or they're sharing it with others, or they tell me stories about who bought the book because they were talking about it. So yeah, really fantastic support.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for answering those questions. I would like us to now have a little bit more of an introduction. So we're going to start with the same order again, and I'd like you to share your name again so that we can remember the author, who you are as an author, and then people can also go and check up your page or your websites and have an involvement with you. And so please share your name and where you are from and what jobs you do. So what jobs or what roles you do.
Hey again, everybody. My name is Miriam Muhammad. I am the author of ABC, I Love Me. It is available on Amazon. You can check me out on Instagram at ABC, I Love Me _. I am a wife to an awesome husband, Akeem. I'm a mom. I am a therapist. I am a sister, friend, daughter, all those things. And yes, I'm a children's book author. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Thank you.
Hello again, everyone. Um, I'm sorry, my computer glitched for a second. My name is Blanca Birch, and I am the author illustrator for Who Has Hair Like Mine. And I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Right now, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, as a graduating senior at Spelman College. And currently, my main job is being a student, but I published Who Has Hair Like Mine under a publishing company I started, Culturally Creative. And that's what I'm hoping to do full time in the coming years.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Axel Martin, the author of Alana Gets Her Curls Back. This is my first book. I'm a writer. Aside from being a writer, I always I have different types of jobs all the time, but all of my jobs that I always like to do involve helping people. So right now, I'm a companion aide where I help the elderly and I take them to appointments and I do things like that. And um, yeah, that's I take things one at a time, so I don't really have much to say. But yeah, I started writing basically because I always had stories to tell. I've always loved writing, and I just felt like right now, because of the pandemic, too, it put me in a space that really allowed me to focus and really put my thoughts on paper. So um, here I am. Oh, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Sorry, I didn't mention that.
Okay, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm A.M. Coleman, author of Love My Hair and Affirmations colouring book. I am based in London, UK, and I wrote the book a few years ago. Affirmations colouring book came out, I think, last year, and I really love writing. I've always loved writing, but hadn't really gone down the official route of publishing it as a book. My book is about my sister, one of my sisters. Along with different characters. I do lots of different things. Do lots of things in the community, so I'm very involved in a wide range of things, and I've got a few awards for that, which has been really nice. So yes, that's me.
Okay, thank you very much. And I guess I'll introduce myself as well. My name is Brendolyn Mantianor. I'm a Canadian author. While I'm not writing, I'm a teacher. I'm a grade 6 teacher at a French elementary school, so it's a French immersion. And I'm enjoying, connecting with other authors. I find that sometimes when we're in this journey of writing books, we feel like we got to do this by ourselves. But it's actually having a community and building with that community, supporting each other and, having discussions like this. That's how we're going to help one another and build a better community, especially for Black books or books of color, because we know that there's not a lot of them. There are more books with animals in there. So, we're contributing to books of diversity. And instead of, maybe complaining, oh, there's not enough books about Black kids or Black hair, but we are creating books like that. And that's a special thing. So we can ask questions now, and everyone has a free for all. If you want to talk, just say I'll go, and then you can ask your question. So let's start with something a little bit easy. So, as a Black author, what inspired you to write your book?
Okay, so for me, it was personal experience. So I know that as a child, I didn't see any diversity in books. And as I got older, I realized that that was very much the case, not just in books, but in social media. And my sister was really proud of her hair, even though growing up, there was a real sense of other children, of it not being acceptable to be yourself. But I realized that there's been a real turnaround because for her, she's completely proud of her hair, whatever it looks like. And that's really beautiful. And I really wanted to celebrate that and acknowledge that. And just to, again, reinforce the fact that actually exactly the way you look, however you want to look, is perfect. You don't have to change for any community. I visited South Africa, and it was just bizarre going to different places and saying, oh, you know, here you'd be a few years ago you'd been too light. Oh, you know, here a few years ago you'd have been too dark. Oh, you know, and just again that reality of judgments being made by our appearance. So I really wanted to send that powerful message through the book of this of the importance of valuing who you are as an individual and that being totally acceptable, whether you're the only person in the whole world who looks like that or not. It's really important that you love who you are. So yeah, that was my experience and reason for writing.
Yeah. Don't all talk at once.
What inspired me to write my book? Well, I kind of inspired myself in a way because of what I witnessed growing up. And my mom has always instilled, you know, a lot of values in me and made me very proud of my hair and my skin color and, you know, making me understand that there's differences within our Black community. So you should be proud of that. But when I looked on TV and I read in books, I never saw the stories that I wanted to see, or the stories that are around me in my life was never reflected in books. So I was like, I can't keep talking about something that's bothering me. Maybe I should just be the one to fix it. So my mom was like, if you constantly watch a show and you're bothered by that, why don't you write your own story so you can change it and make the characters do what you want? So that's when I was like, you know what? My mom was partially a part of where I am right now, but it was like me saying, you know what? I'm tired of seeing certain images of Black people or the lack thereof. So I want to create the different stories that tell our story and talks about like different sides of what we see and what our culture is and things like that. So when I created my book, I wanted the focus to be hair, but I didn't want it to just be hair. I wanted to be a Black girl in a fantasy setting because we don't see a lot of that. I want to see Black girls being magical and really looking like that. So that's why I took that step for my book.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you.
I guess I'll go next. For some of the same reasons, I've always wanted to write a book, and I knew that when I was in undergrad, I would write a children's book one day. I just didn't know when it would be. And then I became a mother, and reading to my son, and, you know, looking for diverse books and building his library. It was amazing because growing up, my mom always made sure that me and my siblings had books that reflected our stories, our beauty, our community. And I wanted to make sure that my son had that too, but I also wanted to make sure that he had affirming words and affirmations because that's something that I will always, you know, ever since he was in the womb, you know, speak positivity, positive words and affirmations. And I was like, I think this is it. This is the book. So, you know, I wrote it. And then when he turned 3, I actually self-published it. So it was really motherhood and my son Miles that, you know, pushed me out there to actually, you know, continue to share our stories and to become a author. And it has been an amazing journey from day one. And I'm so grateful. And I look forward to publishing more books that I have written in the future.
Thank you.
And then I guess for me, the biggest thing that inspired me to write my book was the journey that I went on getting into undergrad at Spelman and discovering who I am and where I fit within the Black community. I grew up in Wisconsin in schools where it was very diverse, but there weren't a lot of people who had their natural hair out. Most people had it straightened or it was braided. And so when I started my natural hair care journey, it was very lonely. Most of the people in my family didn't wear their hair with the natural curl pattern out. So I was really struggling. And then I got to Spelman and I saw all these different people coming from different places, having different experiences with their hair, and really just embracing that community. And so what inspired this book specifically was I was working on a coloring book to show off different Black characters. And I was working at an elementary school. And one of my students who had locks at the time asked me if I could draw a character that looked like her. And I teared up a little bit because I was like, oh my goodness, I can see myself when I was little trying to find characters on the TV or in books that looked like me that I could really connect to. And so from there, right after that, the pandemic hit and I had to go back to Wisconsin, but I was like, I still want to make a difference and be able to make sure that kids, when they go to the library or look for themselves in social media, that they can see themselves reflected and be happy to know that they aren't alone.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, my next question here is, how do you feel about your Black hair? Is it a love-hate relationship?
I love my hair. I think that it's awesome. I can put it in a hair wrap. I can put it in ponytails. I can straighten it. I can put a wig on it. I can braid it. It's just like an extension of my personality and how I'm feeling that day. And I feel like now as an adult, I see it as a like I said, an extension of my personality in a way that I can express myself. And when I was younger, I felt like I didn't necessarily, like I had an appreciation for my hair. It wasn't like I hated it or anything, but I did struggle with managing my hair and doing my hair. My hair is very thick and I'm just not good at doing hair. So it's like before I could go get it done and stuff, I would just be like, I would stress so much about it. And so if I could tell my younger self something, I'm like, chill out, girl, relax. Like, just brush it back, you know, do your swoops and go on, go play, go about it. It's not that deep. But, you know, now, now I'm just like, okay, how do I want my hair? I want it like this. Okay, I can't do that, but I can go to somebody who can, you know, do that for me. Or, you know, I have a vast scarf collection because I love head wraps, you know. And so it's just like, I just love that, you know, we can express ourselves as Black women and men and boys and girls. We can express ourselves with our hair and accessories. And it's just really like a superpower. I just love our hair, you know, it's so diverse and it's awesome. So yeah, I feel like my hair is amazing and I want to help other young children, boys and girls, Black boys and girls, understand that you are beautiful. Your hair is beautiful. And however you're feeling today, you can express that through your hair or, you know, accessorizing your hair or lack thereof. If you don't want it, guess what? You can cut it off and it will grow back and you will be just fine. You don't have to stress about it, you know? So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think it's great being able to be individual and independent and to be able to appreciate what you have. I've done a couple of talks I was brought a young girl in a school who had to have her head shaved. In my book, one of the children's got cancer, so he's got no hair. And I think just being able to appreciate that you're a wonderful person, who you are. And so being able to be creative, like she was saying, you know, you can wear a scarf or a hat or a wig, or, you know, there's so much choice and diversity and privilege to be able to do so many different things, and that's to be celebrated and excited and just making the most of doing what you want to do with your hair and trying new things and exploring and experimenting. And I think that's great. And as I said, and if you haven't got any hair, that is also great as well.
I guess to piggyback off of that, um, when I was growing up, my mother would always express to me that my hair and our hair is magical. Like we can do so many creative styles and express ourselves in within our hair. So you should never feel like, oh, I'm bored with that. I don't know what to do with it. Like learn your hair first before you start making complaints about it. When I was growing up, my aunt always used to braid my hair in different styles because I used to watch a lot of Alicia Keys videos. So I saw her braided styles and I loved beads. So I was like, I want that, I want that, I want that. My aunt always used to give me these crazy styles and I loved it. And then they always used to take care of my natural hair. So when I was little, I always loved my natural hair. As I got older and it was like, I have to do this myself, I can't. Like, I need to do protective styles, but I always stayed natural. And my mom always encouraged me to just love my natural hair. There is no need to perm it. Just take care of it and it will grow. If you don't like it, you could cut it off, like you said, and it will grow back. Like, it's just hair. It's not that serious. However, our hair is a part of who we are. And it's a great way to express yourself. So we should learn to like love what we have naturally. So for me, I've always had a loving relationship with my hair. And as I gotten older, I've learned it more. Right now, like as I've really gotten older, I do more protective styles because I can't with natural hair every day because we know that's a struggle. But I would always be natural and I always will love my hair.
And I love my hair as well. It's been a journey. I'm still trying to learn more about my hair every day. It's still kind of a lonely journey. I ask people for tips all the time because I'm trying to figure out different ways I can wear my hair and figuring out how I can style it myself. Um, I don't think I've ever really been at a point where I didn't like the way my hair was. I can change it into anything that I want it to be. So it's been an amazing relationship.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Before we go to the last question, I'm just going to look into the comments. There is one person that said hello to Miriam. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Okay, so this is the last question. What message do you hope to share or deliver with your book?
I'll go. I hope to share the message of the importance of loving yourself, appreciating yourself. The first page in my book, ABC I Love Me, is A is for Afro. My curly afro is amazing. And when I read it to children at read alouds, I have them repeat that page specifically because it's so important to just say it, to hear it, that your hair is amazing, that you're beautiful, and that, yes, you are amazing, you are beautiful, and your hair is beautiful. So I hope that the message, the overall message, the takeaway from my book is to love yourself, to appreciate yourself, and that you are special, you are magical, you are beautiful, and you can do anything. And that is what I want boys and girls to take away from ABC I Love Me.
Yeah, it's a very similar message that we are all unique and we're all very unique culturally, in our skin color, our hair. We're very unique, and in the gifts and the abilities we have. So the message I think of my book is to really understand how precious we are, how really precious we are, and that we should really value who we are and the skills and abilities we have, even if they're different to everybody else.
For me, my book highlights a couple of different messages. So the first one, of course, is to love your curls. The second one is that you can love your curls by finding things that are around you that can benefit it. In my book, the fairy, she goes around her island. She's an island fairy, and she uses coconut and aloe and different natural products to actually make a curly pudding that brings her curls back to life. And those are things that we really do in life where we, find avocado, we find mayo, we mix them together, eggs, we make our own type of pudding. So I wanted the kids, as they hear the book, to like think about ways and different things that they can do to benefit their hair and their curls. And the reason why I made my character a fairy is because, like I said, I want more Black kids to see themselves in fantasy settings and see themselves in cosplay and see themselves in different mythical places, because I like to do that. And I feel like we need to see more of that in books and TV so that they can feel like, oh, that is normal. I can dress up. I can play pretend. And it's not just, oh, it's for other people. No, I can do it too. So, yeah.
And then one of the biggest messages that I'm trying to get across with Who Has Hair Like Mine is loving your hair and finding it reflected in the things around you. And also with my overall company is being able to, if you don't see yourself in the spaces that you want to see yourself reflected, you can create your own space and tell your own story, because there's nothing that can stop us. At the end of the day, we just have to take the first step and say, this is my story and I'm going to share it with the world.
I keep forgetting. Thank you so much for sharing. I really do appreciate it. So now is the time for you to be sharing your book. So it's a book share. So feel free to talk about your book a little bit, where people can and find your book. Maybe show the cover or a page or two, so that anyone watching now or at the playback can, if they're interested in your book, they know exactly where they can go and get it.
I'll start. This is my book, ABC I Love Me. You can get it on Amazon. You can also, I encourage everybody to support local Black-owned bookstores. So check there first and see if it's there. If not, you can request it and tell them they need to get ABC I Love Me on their shelves. This is just the first page I opened up to. H is for healthy. I am in perfect health. G is for gratitude. And then the page that I referenced, A is for Afro. My curly Afro is amazing. And the companion coloring book is also available on Amazon as well. ABC I Love Me coloring book. So, yeah. Thank you.
I can go next. So I don't have a copy of the book with me right now, but I just recently got a puzzle version of the book. So it's called Who Has Hair Like Mine. You can find it on my Instagram, and there's a link tree and it will send you to our website, culturallycreative.com. And yeah, you can get it there, Amazon, Barnes and Noble if you look it up online. And yeah, that's where you can find Who Has Hair Like Mine. And it's a journey about a girl named Sophie, named after my younger sister, who goes around her community and learns about the different hairstyles and textures all around her community.
Go next. My book is called Love My Hair, and it's a book about Leah, who loves her hair. There's a couple of things that happen in the book. So she meets lots of different characters, and they all look different, and they all have different skills and can do different things. So again, really reinforcing the fact that there's a girl playing football and lots of different things to really enforce that girls and boys are all skilled and they all look different and they're all great. So that's the book. And then I've got an affirmations coloring book, and the coloring book actually goes through different things about us. So whether you're adventurous, and there's different things that happen in each page of the book, and that's available as well. Both of them you can get from our website, which is www.angelbooks.net. So you can get them from the website. You can contact us or direct message us on Instagram. But the website is the best place. You can get them from Amazon, as other people have said, and obviously they're in some bookshops as well. And we're in the UK, so they are in bookshops in the UK. We are with Barnes and Noble and other places. But please, if you would like copies of either, you can contact us. We've also got other really nice things like mugs and pens and a really cute notebook, which is really sweet. So do contact us if you want any of those.
Mm-hmm.
And my book is Alana Gets Her Curls Back. Um, I will open a page or whatever so you can see the inside. My thing is kind of blurry, so I don't know if you can really see, but this is one of the images in the book. It highlights the fairy going on a journey. She's looking through her home and different parts of her house and island to find different natural hair products. So my book is available on Amazon as well as on my website. You can click the link in my bio to find that. You can find it in some Barnes and Nobles, or you can also request it at certain libraries and Barnes and Nobles as well. Um, Mostly you can get it on my website because I have special packaging and other little goodies and stickers that I would love to give to you guys, as well as my book compliments a doll that I have created of the fairy. So if you know a little girl or a little person that likes plush toys, I have a soft little doll that complements my book, and basically it just empowers young children, and I want them to know that you have to love who you are, love your hair, love yourself, and it's a process, but eventually you'll get there and you'll love your skin and your curls. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna go back to the comments again. And there is one person that's written. They said, I will be purchasing these books. Awesome panel authors. So thank you. That's great. And that's exactly what we're looking for, that we're all supporting each other. So if anyone has questions in the chat, you can write any questions. I wrote this a while ago, but I don't think anyone has any questions for you. So that's fine. I'm just gonna try and get this question out of the way. Perfect. Perfect. There's so many buttons I have to click on my side. Well, I just wanted to thank you ladies for, taking the chance. I know sometimes when you see weird messages from someone, you don't know if it's a spam or is an actual person. I've had a time with this, something similar like this with Aston already. So I'm glad that she joined us. It's something great that I really like. I personally haven't written a book about Black children yet, but my most diverse book that I did write was for my students last year. Oh wow, that's great. um, Last year I wrote a book for my grade 5 6 students, and this book is about gratitude and resilience, because they lost their teacher in the beginning of the year, and so I became their second teacher, and so I just um, got to see how they worked together, how they found gratitude in the little moments, how they appreciated when people gave them such kind gestures, how they were encouraging each other. Come on, you can do it. They were grieving together, but they also grew a lot together. And I personally want to write a book about how I grew up being the only Black girl in my grade, from grade 3 all the way till I finished grade 6, and the things I learned about myself. Am I actually that different? And actually growing up to learn that being different doesn't mean it's bad. Being different means you're special. And so I haven't written a book like that before, but seeing authors as yourself who have written books where you are getting it from maybe personal experiences or inspiration from family, it's so motivating and inspiring. And I really appreciate doing such things like this because, like I said, we've got to build community together. And there are two other comments that came. I don't know what this is. But somebody else said, thank you. Perfect. Kidoki. Thank you again, ladies. I believe this is the end of our panel. I really appreciate you being here with us, being here to share about your book. And I'm actually going to be getting some of your books too because I'm in charge of Black History Month for my school for the elementary level, and we are looking to really diverse our library. So I'm gonna have lots of books to get, and if you are ever interested, you can also DM me or send me an email if you're interested sometime this month. I know we have a time difference by 2 hours, some a little bit more. But if you're ever interested in doing a read aloud for my school, they are looking to see authors read their books. So that would be something great. And I think kids who are diverse and Black little boys and girls seeing an author read a book to them will encourage them maybe in the future to be an author or to pursue something and not feel that, they have to be put in a box or they can't exceed or go further. So that's something that, if you're interested, just let me know. And I look forward to communicating with you and being more in contact with you throughout our journey. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Thank
the
you.
invite. Lovely to meet you all.
You
Yes.
too.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And if you are watching the playback, make sure to go and check each and every author's page. Follow them on Instagram, support them with their books, and please share it too. If you get the book, leave a review, share the book so that other people can also get the books as well. Thank you very much.